Welcome to the daily Oracle card reading. Today I am using the Shamans Dream Oracle, a deck by Colette Baron-Reid and Alberto Villaldo. It's quite a new deck. I have used it before on here. It's really beautiful, beautiful imagery by Jenna Della Grottaglia. Let me just reveal today's card and we will zoom in a little bit with my very untechnical technology. And you can see we have the Moon Maiden, a card all about new beginnings. Now when I picked this, I've had a lot of messages recently about new beginnings. And these new beginnings aren't just personal ones. These are about new beginnings on a much grander scale, and much more of new beginnings for humanity, let's say, for our evolution as a species. Let's just read what the card says, and then I'll talk further on that. So the key words for this card are new ideas, new beginnings, and curiosity. The Moon Maiden arrives to offer you a new beginning, a new face and facet of yourself that is aching to be shown to the world. Those qualities that you have been quietly cultivating are ready for the limelight. The secrecy was important, for it protected your new face and kept what was precious close to your heart. But now it is time to come forward in full splendour. And I just want to say about that, this secrecy. The secrecy points to those of us who see more than the narrative, for those of us who see into the fourth, the fifth dimensions of reality, for those of us who live on the fringes and have stayed quiet, or perhaps have been very careful about who we speak to about what we know. Many of us are out there doing our bit, but we're still very careful. And that's fine. We don't want to push our ideas onto people that aren't ready. But at the same time, we don't want to hide our truth. Announce the new you to yourself first. So make sure you know what your truth is. Acknowledge what you actually know. Acknowledge those parts of you that you might still not be too sure about. Perhaps the new channelings you're getting, the new connections that you're experiencing, the rather strange ideas that are coming to you. I have been recently channeling they call themselves the Higher Galactic Council of Light, and many people channel the Higher Galactic Council of Light, but the channelings I've been getting from them are very different to anything I've had before. The ideas in the channelings are, although not that different, they are a different perspective that is one that I am trying to find my way of coming to terms with. And so for me, this is a new beginning that I haven't shared yet, but I will be sharing once I feel that my data stream from them, let's call it a data stream, is clear and strong, and that I am fully comprehending what is being told to me. Because any new channeling, it takes some time to get the channel really clear. So reveal this new you slowly to the world, like the waxing moon. Allow others to be surprised by how mature and grown up this side of you is. How wise this side of you is. Now it's time to set yourself free. The Moon Maiden belongs only to herself, and she is summoning the parts of you that challenge convention, that refuse to be intimidated, and that cannot be tamed or put inside a golden cage. The Moon Maiden invites you to shine with your own light, to have radiant curiosity, and to ask anyone who offers you a mouthful of dogma, why do you believe this is so? And that's a great thing, because often when we are so sure of our truth and we first bring it out there, we can be very protective of it, and we have to be careful not to go on the defensive, because if we go on the defensive, the other person will immediately go on the defensive as well. Often people will challenge our truth because it makes them uncomfortable. It destroys their narrative of the world that keeps them safe. And we must remember that, so that we can see them with compassion and realise that they are feeling on unsettled ground, unstable ground. And that isn't a nice way to feel. So when they come back to you with the narrative, ask them why they believe this is so. Ask them to share their opinion, their perspective, their reasons why. If they don't want to, that's fine. But what it will do, even if they never say anything again to you, it will make them think. It will make them start to question. It will open their eyes and help them to see things differently. And that is all we are here to do. We're not here to put our perspective onto somebody else, because it is our perspective, not theirs. But we are here to offer a different view, to challenge the norm, and to make people begin to think outside of the box. Question everything others assume is a given, and do not collude with the drama around you. Become an unpredictable being, yet an eminently reliable friend. The Moon Maiden invites you to answer only to yourself and reminds you that you are not anyone's property. Be true to your soul's calling, even as some around you in a relationship or a job want to capture your light inside a bottle. You know how to rise to the occasion just as unfailingly as the moon does. When the time comes, you return to darkness and become enshrouded in mystery until you are ready to return. So really think about today, accepting any newness within yourself, any strangeness that needs to surface now. Take time to contemplate it, to come to terms with it, to understand it, because until you understand it, like me with my channelings, I don't want to share those ones until I fully feel that I can comprehend them myself. Because then if anybody asks me a question about them, I am in tune with that energy, with that data, enough to be able to answer the questions. So this is a new beginning for me, but it's a new beginning that affects humanity, and we all have these. We are all important. Our message is important. It's not the only message. It's not the only truth. But it is as important as any other. More important than the truths that are stuck in a past that is no longer helping humanity to move forward. So spend some time in contemplation. Speak your truth gently and with compassion, but also with complete certainty. Because then you will start opening the doors in the minds of other people. You will start them asking their own questions. You will begin a process where more people around you awaken to their own truth.